What's happening, everybody? Welcome to 5Roundz. I am Juan Tali. This is Patrick, and we've gotten Pat. So, how's it going, boys?
Good, man. How's your weekend going yourself?
Nah, not too bad. Not too bad. Just started it really. Pat, so you good?
I'm great. Sorry there. I was just taking a sip there. I didn't want my mic to catch on that gulp,
Aye, man. No problem. No problem. Now we're good. So today, guys, we're gonna talk about whether women deserve equal pay in sport, right? Why are we talking about this today? So there's an athlete, like a World Cup football player, or like the Americans call it, soccer. Her name is Megan. If I mess up the last name, I think it's Megan Rapinoe. I think her name is.
Rapinoe.
I think it is. Yeah. So she's an American football or soccer player, a woman for the women's team, of course.
The captain.
Their captain, a two-time World Cup winner. She led a lawsuit against the courts for equal pay for athletes, for female athletes, and they got shut down. They got told, nah, fam, you ain't having that because you don't justify the pay. You have to. Your sport has to make more for you to earn more, basically. Or the argument was they get paid. Women play more than men anyway, so they get paid more because apparently in the US they pay you for the games you play.
Yeah.
So that was the argument. But she didn't stop there. Of course, she decided to take it a little bit further. Before we get into it, I wanted to sort of build a picture of where we're currently at, with athletes who gets paid more or whatever. And the highest paid athlete at the minute is Conor McGregor, and according to Forbes, of course, and he's earned $180 million this year. 158 in endorsements and everything else, and then 22 on the field, so basically in the sport that he earns. So the most important part is in the sport that he is in, he's earned 22 million. The second person, is Lionel Messi, and he's earned $97 million for kicking a ball. And we've got
the GOAT, Messi, the GOAT.
We've got Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, if you guys want to go and have a look at this list, you can go and have a look at it. The point that I want to make here, I wanted to show you how much the ladies earn, So I just wanted to show you what Forbes says, how much their female counterparts earn, and you're really
for kicking the ball, is it?
Yeah,
it's a talent. Not everybody can kick the ball the right way.
Yeah,
exactly, for kicking the ball. So so this is the men, and then we'll go to the women, right? So on the women's side, we have what's her name, Naomi Osaka, who earns $5 million. So she comes in number 12 on the Forbes list. She's outside of the top 10. She earns $5 million for her for tennis, and $55 million off field. Then number 28 is Serena Williams, who earns $1.5 million for tennis and a year, and that's $40 million off field. So guys, the reality is women are getting paid. Female athletes are getting paid less than than their male counterparts, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We just want to say welcome to Ovi. He's just getting set up. Guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you don't miss anything, guys. All right, so we're going to get straight into it. First question, right, guys? Listen, what are women currently earning? Why are women currently earning less than men in sport? Why do you guys think women earn less than men? I'll start with Patrick, actually.
Okay,
Patrick,
cool.
Why do you think women are earning less than men?
Okay, so for me, I'm going to just say it straightforward, and if somebody gets triggered, it's your own fault. But I'm just here to speak the truth, and it's my opinion, but it's also what I have seen and what I know. Look, throughout the years, men were the ones who were always doing sports stuff. They were the ones who were always given those opportunities. That's back in the days, since the beginning. I'm pretty sure even during those times, if you know, a lot of women were not even allowed to drive a car. So even some women were not even allowed to get a job that's going to earn so much money that they'll go over men. So this has started from back in the day. So this has carried throughout life. Same way as a lot of women in this day say that this world is male dominated. That's the truth. Let's not lie. It's still too much male dominated. Women are doing the best right now to are given the platform right now to also shine, which is amazing because majority of women are doing amazing stuff. But the truth is this started from back in the days where men were looking out for men and men were always in the forefront, they were always in command. So they were the ones already in sports. They already made the foundation, so the foundation was done way before women. So by the time women were given these opportunities and also given this platform, it was too late. It was already too late. They have to catch up. So they have to play catch up now. So I think my opinion is from the beginning is I think that's where it starts from. Now, if you talk about now, when you start going into the mathematics and everything, it's quite simple. It seems like a majority of the sports that women are into, like the majority of the sports that women are involved, let's say a football match, it looks like fans don't show up. Not a lot of people watch those matches. Yes,
according to who?
Yeah, look, it's quite simple. If you look at if you even just, it's not even hard. If you just look at a football match, just switch it on. Any football match. I watch Man City women. I also watch United women. I watch Arsenal women. If you look at the ground, you find it's just filled up down the middle. The rest is just empty. The same as an academy game. So this is the issue, and this is what they bring the women to. They tell them that okay, you didn't fill up the ground, so TV rights come from all this. For you to get that TV rights money, that good sponsorship money, you have to bring people in. These sponsors look for people. And the thing about it is also about you being popular. If you are not as popular as somebody else, let's say like Cristiano or Ronaldo, they look at your fan base. So they are not willing to invest the same amount by looking at the following that's following you. So that's what happens. As I said, it's quite simple. I don't even have to look at stats. All I have to do is look at my eyes. And that's what they say on I remember when during this issue with the American captain, when she was fighting against this, one of the things they told her is like, look, certain matches that are for men, they'll bring this amount. We are simply just taking that amount and giving it, dividing the part. So why would we give you more if yours is half full? So that's basically what's happening. But it's, as I say, for me, I just feel it's a bit unfair, especially with the women who do the running, because those women who do the running, they put the same amount of effort as the male counterparts. So I can leave for the rest of the guys to also have a chat on that.
Okay. I just want to stick to you for the minute, Patrick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Listen, the same Megan Rapinoe said this, right? The United States women's national team has won 4 World Cup championships, 4 Olympic gold medals on behalf of our country. We have filled stadiums, broken viewing records, and sold out jerseys, all popular metrics by which we are judged, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
She then says, yet, despite all this, we are still paid less than men. For each trophy of which the country each win, each tie, each time we play less. So she's trying to say there that, look, man, you told us that we need to fill stadiums. We filled the stadiums. You told us that we need to sell the jerseys. We've sold the jerseys, right? Why is it that we're still not earning the same amount as the men?
So you're throwing that this.
I'm throwing it back to you. Yes.
Okay. If there is any women watching this, I'm sorry. Don't look at me as somebody who is against women or somebody who is not in support of women. I'm gonna say it straightforward. It's still a male-dominated world. I'm sorry, and these men, these men are not willing to give a share. And it's straightforward. Let's be honest. Let's not lie to each other. Let's not be kids and try to. This what the American captain said is good because she exposed all this. All of us here, we're not kids. We will understand why, because it's still a male-dominated industry. They will do that. They're not willing to give that, and it's good that she did that. They use that, and she came back with those facts. Fair play. But as I said back in the days, is who was always on top of everything? Men. Men were always put in the spotlight. The running for men was the first one. If it was for women, it was a charity thing. At the end of the whole marathon, it was just a charity thing. Few women running with the potato race thing. I saw one back in the days, and that was what they anticipated. Women were coming in to like. That's what I'm trying to say. That it's unfair and it's something that has to change. The mentality has to change. But I'm pretty sure they didn't want to say that to her right there in her face because she brought those facts and they were obviously getting in trouble. But I'm just telling you that for the things I have seen, there's still men somewhere in power who are still blocking certain areas and they're still saying, you know what? Yes, no, still, no, we're not going to do it. So it's until that's broken. That's when teams like the American women's team, which was popular, by the way, the American women's team was more popular than the men's team. Was the men's team was not doing anything at all, and people actually complained more about the American men's team. So she was right about that. But guess what? It comes back to the fact it's all the men who are at top of the power who are still holding those strings, will still block things until they decide also to change or things change for the better. So that's what I can tell you straightforward. And I'm pretty sure she knew when she was saying that, she knew that the reason why we're being blocked here, let's just be honest, is because we're women.
Okay.
That's the fair criticism. Do you have any other questions?
No. I'm gonna move on to Ovi for now. Give him a chance. Ovi, welcome.
Thank you very much, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, man. Good.
What up, Ovi? Good to have you.
What it does.
So
like the hair.
Before I ask Ovi, I'm gonna ask you guys that are watching, guys in the comments, guys in the live chat, guys, why do you think? So why are women currently earning less than men in sport? I know Patrick's spoken about how things were and why they are like this right now, but things were like this for every other industry, right? Why is it that in sports this has not changed? Everywhere else you're seeing the change. You've got more female managers, more females earning more money and stuff like that. So Ovi, I want to ask you this question, right? Why are women currently earning less than men in sport?
The simple answer that I would give, is that I know Patrick might have said a bit of it. It's the fact that we have been in a world where it was male-dominated, and not only male-dominated, but women were classed as second. I don't know the right word I can use. Second class citizens. Mm-hmm. So no matter what position you are, if you're a female, you're still classed as a female. So you're a woman, you cannot be in the same bracket as a man. So it turned to sports. To me, I find that the big guys that control any sport, if it comes to football, comes to boxing or whatever, they're the guys that you want to press on. Because, like, personally, any person can say, okay, I think let's be fair here. They're doing the same job as this person is doing. Now, I'm not, like, I know, Patrick, you only focused on soccer because you watch a lot of football. But if we go to any other sport, I'll give an example. Like, let's say UFC, or we talk about boxing, like if women are in the ring and are boxing the head off each other, they're doing the same job as men would do when they're in the boxing ring.
Yeah, risking their lives too. Yeah,
they're risking their lives. Like it doesn't matter because their punch doesn't look strong, but in their level of that sport, it is strong. So it doesn't mean
that's a good point.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I personally think, because that's how we look at it. Because if we're looking at women boxing, you're like, yeah, they're giving soft punches. Yeah, but because you're a man, if they give you that punch, you're gonna say, yeah, it's soft. But to them, that's hardcore stuff. So I don't think there should be that division of saying, oh no, these get more because they're men. But as I'm saying, to me, the only reason I'd say why is because the people that are on top of every sport is obviously men. First of all, if you look at the ratio, if you look at the president of what boxing federation or football or UFC, they're all male. Dana White owns UFC. How do you think? You know what I mean? So those people will still be in the picture. Men are more important, but come on, women are more important. I watch boxing and I watch women. I watch Katie Taylor. She's a good boxer, but she doesn't get paid.
Some people don't know, yet she's got all the belts. But anyway,
I don't know who she is.
Yeah,
I don't know who she is. Honestly,
you don't know who Katie Taylor is. So she's an Irish boxer, professional Irish boxer. She's
who has all the belts.
Now, I think she's 20 something at all.
So she's the undisputed champ, yeah.
Undisputed. Yeah. She hasn't lost any boxing fight yet, but The last match she had that 2 weeks ago,
Like-
she went in and she just cleaned it out, like, you know what I mean? And it was
Yeah.
a very fun, interesting fight. I was like, oh my god, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, her paycheck wasn't the same paycheck as
McGregor.
or Canelo when he was fighting. He got lots of money compared to what she was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But because the fact that she's a woman, and because the person that is looking after all that federation of boxing is a man, so obviously it's going to be like, no, men are more. Like, even if you look at promotions, there's more male promotions that are done to do with any sport than females.
Okay, but my question was, right?
Why?
No, not why. My question now was, listen, I get that they are men in sport or whatever it is. There were men in banking jobs, all these other jobs, right? And now you are finding women in these places. Why is it that is not changing in sports? You know, because you're saying they are men. It's a male-dominated sport and whatnot. Athletes like sorry, I'm gonna keep butchering this name. Rapinoe, Megan has literally said we are doing the same thing, even more than what men are doing. We are achieving more for our country. Because what she's saying is what she believes in. Her country has told her the dream is if you work hard, you get paid. You get paid your dues, yeah, for what you do. She believes she's not getting paid for what she is doing, right? So people like that, right? And they're looking at other places in society where women are working hard and getting what they deserve. Why is it that she can't get what she deserves?
What I would say is, if we look at, let's say bank jobs. Bank job was male, and then a female gets the same position and gets the same pay, okay? I'll tell you why. In my eyes, what I think is, a bank job, they'll take it as, okay, you're going to sit down and you're using your brain to manage the place or whatever, okay? Sports, I'll go back to what I said. That's what I said. If you put a football team, America is playing against England and they won, right? Remember? Alex Morgan scored and she went with that celebration, you know, putting a dab on the English team. When you watch that sport and you see those girls playing, personally, even me, when I see them playing on the football ground, I'm like, nah, they can't play against me.
Yeah.
Can I say something? Can I say something, Ovida, before you move on? I've just remembered something. By the way, guys, I might seem like I support women, but I might seem like a bad guy here, and I might trigger a few people.
By the way,
the American football team, the women's American football team, with that captain, the one who presented all this, were beaten by the under 15 school team of a school team. An under 15 university school team beat them in a friendly.
But listen,
Man City can go and play with an under 15 in Malawi and get beat and get beat.
Exactly,
it can happen.
It's sports. I don't
That's
know why.
A sport.
How is that a point? That doesn't mean they should get paid less. Are you saying that when Liverpool lost to Aston Villa, they should have been paid less?
Don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is this: I'm going to choose to be the bad guy today and be the one who's been honest. Unfortunately, also, this is just my opinion again, and what I have seen, right? Because I watch women's football.
Right.
There's also a difference of quality in women's football and men's football. Why?
That's what I was about to say. That
if you look at women's football, not being offensive, there's skilled people in there. But if you look at the football, again, as I said, it's because maybe they were not playing football way before. Like it's as if it's playing. But if you look at women's football, it's just different. The quality is funny, and some of the goals are just like, did that really just happen?
Yeah.
And then I think that also. Now this is bad. This is where I also go to the bad side. Where I think that's where also viewers, especially viewers who've been watching male football now, they start saying, look at this quality of football, and then they move away from that, and then there's less people watching it. Go ahead, yeah.
But those viewers are all males. That's where I was going to. I was going to that point to say the fact that if I watch women playing football, I underrate it. I say that's bad quality. But put yourself in the shoes of those women, okay? Physically, a man and a woman cannot have the same physical capabilities. One out of 10, maybe, okay, can have the same capabilities. In their level, that's class. But because men are the ones judging it, then we say we're gonna underrate it. Say no, that's poor quality football. But put yourself in other women watching that football. They'll be like, oh, she's good. She's good. Same way if women watch Katie Taylor boxing, they'll be like, she can fight. A guy that is a boxer will be like, God damn, I could put her to sleep in 2 hours. Of course you can. You're a man.
Okay. Sorry, MP, did you want to add something? They've added a lot here.
They've added a lot. I think my part where I feel that women are not paid, women are earning less than men in sports is because of just on if I'm not mistaken, just the act of it. What's the first it's more like an equal pay act. Just example, like in the UK, Equal Pay Act was put in action in it was enacted in 1970 and in Ireland in 1977. So looking at that to say, it all stretches back to history because women have not been they haven't gotten paid the same way as men get all around the world because it depends on the economy where you are, right? So on that note, just to say that it's all about business. If you don't bring enough money to the table, the company cannot pay you whatever you're looking for. So if women are looking for a lot of money, it all pins down to viewership. Viewership comes in when you're viewing TVs from home. So from every household, you're viewing something. And if a lot of women and men are watching the same, program that's on, you're gonna get paid from all those rights, TV rights, and all those earnings and stuff. But if people are not watching that game, people are not gonna get paid for that much. So a lot of men are watching football than they are watching women's football. So if women are going to be chasing to say they want better pay, well, if they're more advocating to say they want more pay to that, then a lot of women should start watching football in that sense. And that means that will put the conversation in a different, space. And that means there's more to fight for. There's more to talk about. And that's where all it comes down to. Yeah.
Okay. Listen. I hear what you're saying, but again, I'm going to go back to what Megan said. Yeah, she said we have filled stadiums, we have broken views. Yeah, which means she's comparing them to the men's views or the U.S. national team because her competition is the U.S. men's national team. Yeah, let's be honest.
So on talking about the U.S., the female U.S. team and the male U.S. team, if you talk about the two teams, there's actually a different kind of earning between the two. The women's team, they earn benefits on top of its salary. The men earn only play. So it's pay to play kind of earning. So the men have to play to earn money. The women do not have to play to earn money. They already have benefits on that. And then on top of it, they get pay to play. So they're already getting more money than the men's team. It's just that when they recognize that the pay gap is there, and saying that if we would have played and we would have been earning the same money as the men, would have had, let's say, they would have had, I would say, being that they've won a couple of World Cups, they would have had more money than the football team. But then the men only earn money more because they're playing for clubs. These women are not earning more money because then they're not really associated with clubs that are really making them earn more. So that's that kind of conversation, And
I think it wasn't always that the American women's team was earning more than the men's. I don't think so. I think it's just they became popular for a while when they started achieving the men's team went down a bit. But let's be honest, all this still runs down to what I just said from the beginning. Yes, there might be mathematics behind this, what they're looking at, but it still runs out to the fact that, look, it's black and white. Okay. Basically, these people who are in control of the two American teams, they seem to put more value on the other side. And it's bad to say, but that's how it is. And it's very unfair. And I know what she's fighting for is great, but I think if you were to ask somebody, and all of us being honest as people in a room, would be like, it comes down to just saying, oh, yeah, women and the men, we will do this. But I don't know. There might be something behind it. But also, as what MP just said, if you look at right now, especially right now, I think it's only right now the men's team has come back where there's somebody in Barcelona. There's another player now playing in Germany. He's also famous. One is playing for Man City, the first ever American to play for Man City. So this is the only time the name is getting back out there. But there was a period in time the women's team was dominating. And yes, she was right. We are dominating. Everybody in America is watching us now. The men no longer being watched because they have retired majority of the stars. So for me, my simple answer is it still comes to the same thing where even though the world is going, I'm pretty sure we know deep down somewhere else that some things are just men blocking something.
It's a pay gap.
Okay. So I'm glad that you have you've said that. I'm glad that you said that. To be fair, I think, in my opinion, with what all of you have said, look, Ovi said, look, the difference is skill. I think it was you, Patrick, who said the difference is skill as well. Lots of sort of, you expect a high quality of football when you watch, for example, the Premier League or sport, whatever it is you watch, you expect high quality because it's being beamed to you for a price or whatever it is, right? So then when you watch women's football, you're saying that the quality is less than, compared to the men's football. Cool. No worries. But then, I wanted to ask the next question, actually, guys, because this ties into what you guys were saying. Has society, provided the platform for equal opportunities in sports? So do women have the same opportunities to be better, to be beamed on a better platform, and to play better than men? Has society done that for them? Because you're saying that the quality is not good. The only way you can improve quality is better training facilities. Encourage women to play football, because you're saying it's male dominated. When a woman gets into a male dominated sport, and you're talking about a woman getting into something that's dominated by other people, they will dictate how it is. How is that person going to progress if they're always trying to live up to the expectations of a man?
And a lot of like for me, I'm sorry, I keep sticking to. I don't want to stick to something I don't know. I don't want to get out of what I don't know. Then I look like somebody comes in and say, "Oh, but they don't do it like that." I'm going to go straight to something that I know, which is football. Back again, when you look at football, I don't know about other teams. I know that the Man United women's team was complaining. They were just made recently, I think, so they just created recently. They were complaining that they are not getting the same sort of high level training or sort of facilities. But if you go to other teams like Arsenal, especially Arsenal, who have had a women's team for like forever, they have the same. They use the same facilities. They have the same training regime. Even at City, they play the same tactics. It's the same type of football. And what right now? Why I'm laughing is there's only one difference, right? Another thing is the guy who coaches the women's team doesn't have the same how do you get this again? The same level as the man who coaches the men's. Because you know what? Most of these coaches are not willing to pipe down and say, I will coach a women's team.
Wait a minute. Did you say pipe down? So coming from a men's team to a women's team is pipe down?
No, not in that way. I'm not saying that. Okay, let's use another. Let's use another word. Humble themselves, because majority of them seem to say, "Oh, why should I go?" And you see where it comes from. Most. That's why, even though the facilities are there, right?
Yeah.
I can say like at City, they all take pictures in the same facilities. They're doing the same regime. They eat together. Stuff like because I watch a lot of videos. But what I've noticed is the coaching staff
is not going to coach them.
Yeah, look, the coaching staff this side, I have seen Pep come in and point a few things, but the coaching side for this level and this coaching team, it's never, if you find this coach doesn't even have more experience than this one. I have never seen, for instance, right? I was about to mention Oli, no. I've never seen Pep Guardiola, or let's say Zinedine is about to take the French national team for women. Like, that's another thing I say. So is there...
That's fair enough. Look, I get what you're saying. You're saying that, look, you are giving women the platform, yeah? First, you're giving so you're saying teams like Man City, Arsenal, they're giving women this opportunity to train in the best facilities. But if they have a mediocre coach, or so if they're not being given the best opportunity to be better, yeah? For example, if say somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo trains with Sir Alex Ferguson, yeah, and the females are training with, sorry to say this, Phil Neville, obviously.
No, say it. Who is Phil Neville? Go ahead, say it.
The contrast in coaching styles and quality will be different, right? That's what I'm saying here. So already we are setting up women to be less, to fulfill less of their potential. You know?
And by the way, do they even play at the Etihad? I think they play.
You see,
at
so
the academy.
they play at another stadium. You see what we're doing here? We are sidelining this thing. You know, we're sidelining these women and whatnot. You know, because the other question I was going to ask as well is, look, is the perception of women fair on their ability and potential? Because they got 2 feet. They can, you know, say for example, if it's a footballer or a tennis player, whatever, they're a human being just like us, right? They can do things just like us. In my experience, I've served in the army with women who were fitter than me. They could lift more than me. They could shoot better than me. You know what I mean? And they were earning the same, or if not more than me. Yeah, because a lot of people say this is a man's sport. It's very physical. We're taller. We're stronger. We're this. I've seen women do some things that men can't probably do. You know what I'm saying? So what, you know, is the perception of women what is, you know, stopping them from fulfilling their potential? Because we're saying it's a man's sport. That's the first thing we said. The second thing we said, it's also the fact that they're not given the right opportunities or the right facilities to become who they are. How are they going to get better if everything around them is mediocre?
Like what time do they show the women's football team?
I don't even know.
1 o'clock in the afternoon where nobody
exactly. I don't even know. So, you know, let's get to Pascal's. Pascal's been very quiet. You know, in terms of these points, do you think society has provided the correct platform for equal opportunities in sports? So do you think men and women are getting the same opportunities to be what they can be in sport, you know?
I think just recently for myself, I was watching a documentary on Netflix, and that was the title was Ladies First. It was based in India. It was about a girl, 18, and she was the first archer to win in India. That was like in 2016, right? And this was her coming from a village called Ratu or something like that in India. Sorry about that. And growing up, she was not given the opportunity. Girls are not given the opportunity, like in India, just being in India alone, they're not given the opportunity to pursue a career that they want to pursue, right? So there is those barriers already starting from a young age, and girls would be married off like at 18, 19, you know, and they'll never get to express themselves to be on a professional level, to say, you know what, I'll dedicate my life to, you know, being a sports woman and being able to be a professional and all this and stuff. And then on top of it, the training facilities that Patrick was talking about is, I believe there's so many areas in the world where people will say, oh, this is the men's, locker room. There is no facility in like stadiums where it's based for designated for female and men to say, okay, this is the females and this is the men's kind of dressing room and stuff. Because then, and the same thing, Etihad would have had, you know, the female and men's, dressing room. I don't know about the Etihad, you know, how it's set up and stuff. But then this is how you set up a facility to say it'll accommodate more female and men as well, and be able to use the same facility. That gives the same morale to say, you know what, I'm in the same stadium that, Messi's playing, Ronaldo's playing, and that gives me more confidence to push on. And kids will be pursuing that kind of lifestyle to say, you know what, I want to play in the same stadium that, Messi, Ronaldo played in, and I want to be there, and I want to make sure that, whatever my dream is, I want to make sure I make it through there. But they always know that even if I play, I'll be in the background, because then, like Patrick said on the viewership, at the end of the day, the game is being watched at like 1 a.m.
1 p.m. on a
1 p.m.
on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's never the weekend. Weekend
Never
is
the
rare.
weekend.
It's always
Yeah.
like that Barcelona was kicked out of the Champions League. Do we all know we don't? Guess what? It was played yesterday randomly.
There you go. Because then, if you had the same schedule of football to say, you know what, we're showing the Premier League at 3 p.m. You have the women's game as well playing at the same time. It would give someone else the option to say, you know what, today I feel like watching the women's game instead of the men's game, because I have, I have to catch up and see how they're doing. This is how you can actually level up the viewership on channels, but then there's no opportunity to cancel out one channel to put, the ladies on up front. So how they're setting up all of this is kind of putting a barrier to say, we'll put the most inconvenient time where I cannot be watching that on a Tuesday. And if they put it on a Sunday or on a Saturday, I'll be watching that. And it's not giving them the opportunity to actually shine. But then at the same time,
Can I ask you? Can I ask you something? Sorry for cutting you, MP.
Yeah.
How many of the Arsenal women's game as an Arsenal fan have you watched?
But I've only watched about 3 or 4. And
who's your captain?
I'll be lying, man. I'll be lying to you. I do not pay attention to that.
Listen.
I will not pay attention to that.
Listen, I've never watched a Man United women's game before. I've watched the England women's game before. I've watched USA women's game before.
Mm-hmm.
I've even played a women's team on FIFA before. You know,
I play too. Yeah,
but you know, we're not here saying we are righteous.
Go, Alex Morgan.
We're not here saying that we are righteous. No, man.
Nope.
We are here to argue the fact that women's football, has been put down. It's being put down.
Women's sports. Don't say only
no.
Sports. Correction. Women's sport is being put down from earning
majority
to ability to earning to potential. You know, that's what we are saying here. You know, but in a nutshell, Pastor, has society provided the platform for equal opportunities in sport? Can a man and a woman have the same facilities to be better in sport?
Just to go back to the same point I was talking about, the Equal Pay Rights Act that came in 1970. It's been 50 years and women are still fighting for the pay gap. It's the same conversation that facilities set up for women are not being provided the same way as it is for men and women, and the platforms that is set up for the women, it's not really well established. And on that note, there's a lot to be done because the endorsements that are behind it, so little. The all of that's given to men is not being given to women, and there's a lot to be done to say take that share from that what you give Ronaldo, Messi, and whatnot. Take that, pour it over to the women's side. See what they can do with that endorsement. See what they can do with that. They're not giving that plug.
I don't agree with that.
I was just saying that the same energy that we give is the same energy that needs to be.
You see,
okay.
No. But
I agree with that energy part.
But the
I'm not
people
saying
that are advocating,
don't take food from somebody's mouth, man.
Yeah, the people that are advocating to say the women have to be paid more have to put the same energy to say you're gonna watch the show and you're gonna raise those views, And if
Wait
you're
a minute,
gonna raise those
MP,
views,
have any of the big stars ever joined the movement? Like, did any of the big stars speak on it? Like, let's say, I don't know if Wantali might know this. So, did any of these big earners on that list ever come out and say, "I'm supporting," the American women's captain? I think everybody was just quiet. I remember
this started in 2019. I think she's appealed.
they were fighting for it
appealed it in 2020.
They started from 2016 when they rejected it. Was 2016, I think so.
I saw 2019.
It's been around for a long time, though.
She's been
talking about it for years. But
but do the other big stars
they officially put it in the courts in 2019? The court refused in 2020. Then she went to Congress in 2020. When Biden was president, she went to Congress, to speak about it. Megan, we're talking about. So but look,
why don't the big guys also join into this campaign? Like, why don't they talk?
Why don't you encourage them?
Well, Ronaldo, McGregor, Messi, if you're watching this, you guys have to join the movement. Why are you staying silent? Please let us know.
I think it only comes if that comes with the reward. Every kind of advocate, kind of star, they always get a little pay behind it just so they can speak against some stuff. Most of the times, I think it is.
Okay, let's chillax on that. That's you're going into a conspiracy there. Some players, I'm not even going to go into that, but that's not exactly accurate. But I want to ask you again, sticking to you, MP. I want to ask you, listen, is the perception of women fair on their ability or potential? So is it fair, that, are we looking at, because this, again, we're sticking to the same question that they're provided the right platform. Yeah. Are we looking at women and saying, you know what, she could be better than Messi. She could be better than Ronaldo. Are we looking at it that way? Does society do that?
I will just bring back the comments that come through from society, right?
Right.
people say, you know what, watching women play football is less impressive. They say, okay, you're chasing for equal pay, equal right, but then you have to do equal work as well. You have to deliver the same style of play that everyone else is looking for. Not to say that you kick the ball and then you kick it this way and that means you're gonna get that pay. No, deliver the same accolades that the top players are actually delivering. Not just one-off play and then you want equal pay. That kind of conversation is really deep. And when you're watching women football, just like Patrick said earlier on, it's like comedy, It's so I was watching one of the World Cups. No. I'm just saying, I was watching one of the World Cups, right? And that was U.S. versus Thailand. Thailand lost 13-0. And I looked at it. I said, okay, cool. But then I took it back. No. I took it back and I said, what's the worst that could actually happen in the men's football? In the men's football, Australia was playing American Samoa, and they lost. That was back in the days. They lost about 31-0. And I said, okay, this point is invalid.
Yeah.
Let's put it in a fair kind of situation.
Correct.
How many times are these stars coming out and proving that they're the stars? Just like the way Ronaldo and Messi are playing. How many of these stars are coming out clean and say, you know what? I'm the best player.
I don't know about the question that you asked, but you made a good point. That look, people say women's football, the quality is terrible, whatever. Listen, you don't have to go far. Let's go to bloody Shamrock Rovers or whoever they are. Do you know what I mean? Would they turn up and play Man United at this point in time? Do you know what I mean?
Chill with the insults to the teams.
Okay, fine.
Some of us have to walk these streets. We have to walk these streets. Be careful.
We gotta walk these streets, bro.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, even in men's football, the quality is different. Yeah, like the Premier League is beamed a lot. Like they beamed a lot, which means they have more money, they have more popularity, they can make their teams better. Sponsorships, they can get the best players and put them in one team. For teams that are in somebody's backyard, they could barely get a training session together. Do you know what I mean? So they're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
They're at a disadvantage already. Even if you have the best player in that team, if they don't have the training facilities to fulfill that, the best coach to fulfill that, then they're not going to be the best. The same thing with women, isn't it?
And by the way, guys, when you talk about quality, right? Guys, you talk about quality. Oh, this women's football is no quality. Guys, if you really watch the football for women, that you really were watching football, there are certain women out there that have got quality that other male football players that are playing in big teams don't have. I've seen. I'm going to give you an example. Megan, we're talking about. I've seen the type of passes that she can thread, right? Proper serious passes that Kevin Durant can do it. Yeah. Exact same type of passes. I'm just saying. No, but because it's women playing, we just want to, like, men just want to put it and say, no, that's no quality, guys.
So here's my point. Here's my point.
There's certain things I can do. I cannot do in football, and I've seen Alex Morgan do that. I really can't. And she's a woman.
I have a point for you.
Perfect.
So if this is going in that direction, I'll tell you this. If it's equal pay, equal play, whatever.
Perfect.
Let's just do this. If you're really that good, go for trials, join the men's team. Let's start from there because we're working in the same office, we're working on the same field. Let's start from there.
Okay.
Okay. I'll tell you that's not the point. I'll tell you why that's not the point. I'll tell you why that's not the point.
Why?
You cannot physically. This is not
the same
mental.
office.
No, it's the same office, but this is physically fit.
You've just shot yourself in the foot.
I know, right? I know. And
no, listen. Listen.
That's one of the questions anyway.
Listen, I've shot myself in the foot. Yes, okay. I agree with you, guys. If you want to put it that way, but what I'm trying to say is, there's in their sport, what they're doing the best that they're capable of. But because we just underrate it straight away, we write it off to say no, it's women's football, guys. The way look at I can tell you.
Okay, so Megan is the Kevin De Bruyne of the women's football, isn't it?
No.
Wait. I want to ask. Sorry, guys. I want to ask this question. Sorry for cutting you off, Obi.
No, go ahead, man.
I want to ask this question. Like, is it possible for men and women to play in the same sport? Is it possible?
No, it's
Why?
not.
Why?
Okay, wait a minute. What about those guys who run? I thought that running.
Let me ask people who actually we went. So for the people that don't know, myself, Patrick, and Paso, we went to the same school. We went to a co-educated school, right?
Yes.
For years at this school, we played in the same sport with
True. Bambino, they were doing that.
Whatever. You said it's not possible.
Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, listen, it's possible when they want to put it in there to happen. But if we want, listen, guys, hear me out. But if you want,
are you talking on a professional level, maybe, Ovita?
Yes, at a professional level, guys. Guys, what you're telling me is, let's take Katie Taylor in the boxing ring with Canelo. It's not gonna happen. Come on, let's be honest. First of all, Canelo. Go on. What you want to say?
It's the same sport.
It's the same sport.
I think it depends on the sport. Yeah, I think
like running. I think can work.
Running could work.
Running could work.
High
boxing could work.
Tennis
could work. Tennis.
There's been doubles. Tennis has been doubles.
They already do it because Ovi said no. But it's possible because the thing is, yes, we say women are smaller, whatever it is. Yeah, fine. Let's say they're at that disadvantage. Are you saying that we can't use their disadvantages and strengths? Let's not forget that most women are quite flexible. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that most women have probably more endurance than men.
True.
So we can use these strengths in these sports.
It's the same. It's the same. If you had to put let's say we try and do gymnastics, women will be at an advantage than men. Okay, they will.
But by the way, guys,
it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to put men into that.
Our keeper on our pro team is a woman on pro FIFA.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So what Patrick is saying is, so there's the video game FIFA. They've decided to incorporate women in the sport, so you can now play in the same team as a woman. So you can be a man and a woman in the same team.
Wait, but can I ask you something, Wantana? Have you tried this? Remember before we used to try picking the American women's team and the American men's team was refusing.
Does it work? I don't think it lets you. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Guys, I need you to answer the question so we can move on to the next one. Is it possible for both genders to participate in the same sport professionally, guys? Is it possible?
Depends on the sport.
The question is it possible? I'm not saying that is it being done now, but is it possible?
You mean like there's a possibility?
Could it happen?
There is a possibility.
It only depends. It depends on the sport that you're gonna be going into. Like,
did you just hear what he said? He says, "Is there a possibility? A possibility that can happen?
That can happen."
Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, there is.
So we go back to that thing where we're saying, let's say there's two basketball teams, right? They give them similar level coaches, equipment, and then they have to compete together. I think. Yes,
it's possible.
As we go back to our own football teams where you will say Pep and Oli cannot go and coach you. Oli maybe.
I'm talking about basketball.
Yeah. Pato, go on. Sorry, Pato.
Talking about basketball in the U.S. years ago, there was a basketball team, female basketball team. It was tried to play with the men's team, and they played the league, and then they reached a certain level. They were beating different teams playing out, and it was a female coach as well. It is possible to actually add in to say females can play with males, on the same team or different teams, just on a competitive level. That's why I believe
they should try it in the Premier League. Also.
Oh my God!
That wouldn't.
It would be possible.
Go on.
Rovina, go ahead.
It would be possible. It will be possible, but it only depends, guys. It only depends because, guys, there's so many sports. There's certain sports here you could try and put the two together. There's certain sports that women will be at advantage. Loads of sports that women will be at an advantage. No matter how good that man is, women will just be at an advantage because of how they're built, how their body is and their physique is. In that sport, they'll dominate against the man.
Okay, that's fine.
Give you an example. Right. Diving. You ain't gonna put a woman and a man in diving.
What?
The probabilities, I'm not. You can put them together. I'm saying the probability of a woman winning are high. Same thing like when I say gymnast.
How is the probability of them winning high?
All right, I'll tell you why.
Enlighten us, please.
Because I'll enlighten you. Because if you've watched diving, I don't know if any of you guys watch diving.
And he's a feminist. Don't forget, he's a feminist.
Hey guys, I'm a feminist. So I listen. Women when they're diving, right? I'll tell you, because diving at the end of the day, they want to calculate how you enter into the water, right? Mm-hmm. Women have got this flexibility that they can stretch really straight, and when they're going into the water, it just goes like whip.
That's a silly point. That's a silly.
No, I'm just saying.
I knew this guy was about to cap. The way he planned it.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Listen, we need to move on. I think okay, guys. Listen. And now, with what we've spoken about and the points that you've raised, the arguments, everything that we've looked at today. Do you guys think, women deserve to be paid the same amount as men? If they have the same facilities, same training, and they're achieving the same thing, do they deserve to be paid the same as men or not?
Yes.
Patrick, what do you think?
I don't talk with Patrick. Don't even try because we're going to stay here for long.
For me to be honest, I'm gonna say no. Basically, it's the fact. It's not like I'm just saying no as in because I'm a man. I'm saying no. It's because look, it's going to go on to the same reasons I said back in the days. The foundations were already laid for the men's sports, and now women are like playing catch up. That's what I feel. They're playing catch up. So now when people look at women doing sports, they're like, why should I watch that, or why should I invest in that? So it will take time, but we have to push more, and then maybe. But for now, I think no. To be honest with you, I want to be honest. I have watched a few games, but I
thank you very much, Patrick. You've said that like 3 times. Listen,
Patrick, if you went in the ring with Katie Taylor, she'll box the head off you.
Because she's trained.
But anyway,
she's trained.
So that does it mean that they should pay her equal as a man because she has hit you? Because I know.
But am I a boxer?
Okay, hold on a minute. So, Obi, thank you very much. Patrick, I mean, look, you're talking about this gap. Yeah, you keep saying this is the way it is. It was like this. It's not great. But how can we stop that? You know, because you keep saying it's the way it is they need to catch up. But you just said yourself that they don't have the facilities. How are they going to catch up if they're at a disadvantage by the day, by the hour, by the minute? You know what I mean? How are they going to catch up? Because you have accepted this the way it is. But how can we fix it? You know what I mean?
You emphasized it, isn't it?
Yeah, because this is
Cut it.
No, look. I think we've answered the way they can catch up already. There just has to be. I think everybody has to just be given an equal platform. You know, equal opportunity, equal training. Same way we keep making fun that even the coaches that have experience, why they're not willing to go this side. Even people like that have to say, you know what, I want to coach the women's team, the women's basketball team.
The reason why they're not doing that is because the head of the people that look after. No, wait. The people that look after that sport are not giving them equality. I'll tell you why. Because Pep Guardiola would rather.
He's frozen.
It's frozen. Why?
Did you say Pep Guardiola?
Yeah, Guardiola.
Okay.
Okay. Look. Okay. One time you've been asking the question to everybody. Though. What about you? Why do you think women deserve to be paid the same amount as men in sport?
I'll be honest with you. Before this video, before we did this topic, I'd have said no. Simply because I didn't look at it. I think I was the same as every average sports fan or anybody like that. I looked at it this way. I said, if you are not filling up stadiums, if you're not performing to the standard that men are performing, you should not get paid the same amount, right? That's what I said. But I am today saying, yes, women do deserve to be paid the same amount as men in sport, but there are certain things that need to happen, right? And it's not the responsibility of women, it's the responsibility of all the sporting bodies. Provide them the opportunity to be as good as Ronaldo or as Messi or whatever it is. Give us a reason to say, you know what, actually they don't deserve to be paid as equal as men because they can't do it, you know? Give them the chance to prove that they can earn the same amount as men, right?
Yes.
Give them that chance.
Yes.
You know,
Thank you.
we're just saying this because it's never happened.
Even the coaches, as I said, I was about to say a comment. I was saying Pep Guardiola, right? Right now, he coach Man City.
Pep who?
Why?
Pep.
Guardiola. Because they're paying him a lot of money to coach Man City. Do you think if tomorrow they said, go and coach Man United women, we'll give you double the money, will he not do it? Equality.
Okay,
The problem here is equality.
Okay, thank you very much, Ovi. Now listen, MP, quickly, please.
I'm just gonna say the first thing that needs to be fixed here is the pay gap, because then when you look around the world, every country, for every dollar that a man earns, a woman is earning cents out of it. So if that's gonna be fixed, then equality will come in that paycheck when you're looking at sports, and that's it.
Okay, but the question is, do women deserve to be paid the same amount in sport, the same amount as men?
The answer is yes, but it will only come out when that pay gap kind of gets fixed. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but then should we just start handing people out money because they're in the same sport as men? You know, should we just say, because you're in the sport, you're professional, boom, get the same amount of money?
Promote it, advertise it more. People buy what they see.
I think you didn't get the assignment here, because people buy what they see. Yes.
I can't even point to you. Which side are you?
Where is he? He's here. Okay. So
no, see, if that's the thing. Let's be honest. Ovi was getting to some point here. Ovi, you were right to say advertise it, but how are they going to advertise if they don't have money? How are they going to advertise it if they can't bring money to the table? Because
they're bringing money. They're bringing money. Do you know Katie Taylor, when she was fighting, how much that was viewed in Ireland?
See, that's the thing, right?
That's money.
When it's viewed, the negotiations behind it, women are not given the strong, the full ammunition to negotiate. They don't know how to negotiate these contracts to make that money that they're looking for.
I don't know about that one, mate.
That is a tough one. You have to look it up.
What do you mean they don't know? Isn't just? I thought they are professional. I thought they are professional managers.
This discussion was even put forward when they would negotiate, when they had the case of the U.S. team versus the federation, the soccer federation over in the U.S. They actually pinpointed to say the negotiations that are put over for the men's side and with the women's side is so different, and that's where it starts off. So
why are they so different?
They're so different because then women are looking for so much like protection and all that stuff, and while the men are already protected on the club level already. So
what kind of protection are you talking about?
We're talking about injuries. We're talking about severance pay, all of that stuff.
The same protection men need, right?
Men already have that on a club level.
So why don't women have that? Because you're talking about
the clubs that they're playing for are not providing those things, and on the international level, that's what they're screaming for.
So you said women do not know how to negotiate, but they're negotiating for things that men already have. So how do they not know what they're negotiating?
I thought the women also have managers and agents.
That's the thing that they're not giving that opportunity. Whenever they start negotiating, it's always, you don't have the views that the guys have. They go into the next topic. You don't have that.
And like we said, women are being judged at the quality of the sport we know.
Exactly.
The men's sport, the things that we know, right? They're being judged on these things, but yet they're not prepared by the same things. You know, they don't have the same opportunities to become who we expect them to become. This is what we've been saying. We said, look, you're saying that women don't have this opportunity, that opportunity. It's because
I already put a point to say it's about the economies. Every part of the country, every part of the world has a different kind of scent to pay a woman. If all of this was put up, it would have been a different conversation.
MP, listen, I'm sorry, I'm going to disagree. It's not about economy. It's not about just giving somebody money or anything like that. It's about changing the way you think.
Okay.
It's about changing the way
MP, don't accept this. Answer him.
Let me just teach you guys. Let
MP speak. Let MP speak.
Before I speak, it's about changing the way men think. It's about changing the way men think.
Yes.
Not men and women. And women.
Yeah. And that point is, in every part of the world, a woman is paid cents for every dollar that I'm earning, right? I'm earning. So you're telling me that she's going to play the same 90 minutes, but the time that we're walking off the pitch, that same 90 minutes, she's going to be earning 50 cents. I'm going to be earning that dollar. They have to fix that gap. If you're going to make her get earning more, but it's going to be worse.
But how are they going to do that? Are they just going to look at it and say, "Oh, the numbers are different. Let's give this person $1."
That's where I was talking about of saying that equal play equal what pay. So if you're going to work as hard as Ronaldo, I'm sorry, but we've just spent an hour talking about how the quality of women's football is different to the quality of men's football. We've also spoken about how the training facilities of women's football is different. Now, you can't just go from that. I'm telling the economies, people can't afford the facilities to pay for the women's kind of facility.
That's nonsense.
Well,
that is nonsense. Listen, teams
pull out a sponsor.
Football teams, athlete, whatever it is, facilities are there already. They're there already for men. Are you telling me women can't use the same facilities men have? This is what we're trying to say. Are you telling me that women should not get opportunities to access these things? Bloody hell, you go to the gym and there's women in there. You know what I mean?
Put up a point. I put up that point to say that earlier on, to say that it would have been a girl's dream to play in the same stadium that Ronaldo played in. So they have not actually provided that in the first place. So if they're going to do that, let them do that. And that's going to make a huge difference. Girls will be looking forward to playing the same stadium Messi or Ronaldo played it, you know?
Or Megan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Morgan. Alex Morgan is my favorite female football.
You're talking about two different people. We know about Alex Morgan. She's also an American player. We know that.
My favorite. Not just an American player. My favorite.
Okay. We are going to conclude that topic there, guys. Listen, I hope you've taken something out of what we've spoken about today, guys, in the comments in the chat, guys, watching this right now. Always, guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Also, we want to know what you think, guys. Do you think women deserve to earn the same amount of money as men do in sport? You know what I mean? Don't just listen to what we're saying. We could be capping. How do you know? But we want to hear what you think. All right. Yeah. And on another note, guys, this is our last topic for this year, for 2021. We started this podcast at the beginning of the year in March, and we've done over 39 videos so far. It's been quite a ride, and we want to say thank you for sticking it out with us. We have more to come next year. We will be back. I think the
2022, baby.
First week of January, we'll be back. We'll be back better than ever, and stuff like that. We still have IG Live tomorrow on Instagram. So Instagram Live tomorrow at 5Roundz Podcast, as you see below on the banner. We also have Twitter Spaces at 5_rounds with a Z on the end at 9 o'clock. So IG Live 8 p.m. Twitter Spaces at 9 p.m. And also be on the lookout for some new content. You never know. We might just come online and, give you a bit of content. Apart from that, we also wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
To your families. I will give the guys in the panel to say a few words, and then we'll end the video. Patrick, if you want to go first.
Yeah, like my man's Wantali said over there, that look, it's been a good journey for us. We've made the year 2021. We started this idea from lockdown, and I'm pretty sure you've heard the story from the episode we did about how we started everything. But look, we've appreciated all of you. We've appreciated your support on YouTube. We've appreciated your support on Facebook, on Twitter, man. It's been mad on Twitter. We've met
been
people
mad
from
crazy.
all over the world, man. We've met people, and people have spoken to us, given us their issues. Sometimes we actually become people's therapists.
People's
So,
therapists,
you know,
yeah.
it's been amazing, and we love that, man. We love people to share.
We
A
love
lot of people have sent us messages that we have actually
We're
kept
touched.
them busy during this moment in time, because some of them are working from home. We've given them something to watch instead of going out. So look, we appreciate your support. And IG tomorrow is going to be mad. On IG, it's going to be me and my brother down there in the red hoodie, or Vita, with his fake dreads. But anyway, we're
Definitely
not
join
doing
you.
that.
What it does.
So,
Hey, Nick,
anyway-
dude, this ain't fake, bro. That's my hair,
Yeah.
cuz.
Moving on. Anyway, from me, man, I appreciate it, and I love you guys. And hopefully, 2022 we do bigger things. And watch out for a new intro. That's a spoiler.
Why don't you hit up with those with that
The love
signature?
hearts.
Love
Yeah.
hearts.
I
Yeah.
don't even know how to do it, man. That's crazy. Anyway,
LP, hit them with a few words. Let's go.
All right, guys. It's been a great, I'd say 9 months, is it? Yeah, March. Yeah, it's been a great 9 months, and it's been really amazing to have the show with you and Tali, Patrick, Ovita. We had Fred on. We have Vanessa as well. We've actually worked together, as well as guys working with us. That's Owen, Drew, and Kim. You've been really amazing, supporting us all the way. We've been on live shows on Saturday,
and Vanessa. And Vanessa.
Yeah, and Vanessa.
he said Vanessa already. He did.
Yeah,
It's so nice. He's gonna say it twice.
thanks for the content. Thanks for the content there, guys. Thanks for putting so much work in the podcast. It's really been amazing. I've pretty much walked away with knowledge from 2021. I'd say with all the chats that we have on, I've really enjoyed it. And the audience, guys in the comments, you've really been amazing from IG Live, coming to Twitter as well. Your voices really amazing. And on YouTube here, we really love your comments, and we actually appreciate. We're moving forward to 2022, and I hope you join us in 2022. And we're going to be very excited to have you back on, and we'll make sure that we provide whatever you need. Always shoot us up in the DMs. Give us what you want to hear, and we're going to shoot it up. And guys, thank you very much for this experience. I'll take it for life.
And finally, Mr. OV2 Nice. Let's go.
OV2 Nice, twice as nice with some ice on top. What it do, what it does. Guys, shout out to all you guys that have been with us, showing some love all the time on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Thank you, guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't keep this running until today. Would have probably given up sometime. Like, guys, I don't think this is working. But because of you guys, you were there, you supported us, and you keep on supporting us, and I want you to keep on supporting us. It's coming to 2022. I want to wish every single human being out there Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Tomorrow is the last day we're going to see each other on this podcast until we go to 2022. We've got big things coming. We've got great things coming your way. It's going to be a good year. 2022 is going to be a good year.
Your merch coming through?
Different type of merch is coming through. We're gonna have it on straight to you get it straight from us. And the biggest thing that I always say, and I want to say, is, as everybody is saying, guys, thank you very much. It's you guys that has made us. It's not we didn't do this. It's you guys. You made us. You guys made us. If it was for me, for Wantali, Patrick, Patso, Vanessa to do what we do, it's you guys actually formulated us to do that thing in that kind of way because of what you send to us. You ask us, you want to talk about this, you want to chill about it. The biggest thing, that's what I want to say, is thank you very much.
Bringing an artist next week.
Yeah, and I know.
Look, guys, I also want to thank you guys, the panel here. I want to thank the panel here. Also, I want to thank you, my dear brother Fred, and also Vanessa, Kim, Owen, and Drew, our newest member. Thank you all, guys.
Oh,
as a
yeah,
gang.
Drew.
Yeah, Drew. Yeah, thank you, everybody, man. Drew is our member who's repping straight from Malawi. He's
Malawi.
So, look, thank you to guys, man. Thank you to guys. I've appreciated all this.
You've been legend. You've been legend. Guys, don't get emotional now, Patrick. I know Patrick, when he gets emotional, he starts crying. Don't start crying. Don't do it. We're still
We're going to thank Kelvin as well. Kelvin, the CEO.
Okay, CEO. Thank you very much, CEO. Don't mind this guy. He's a bit crazy guy. Yeah.
Okay. So,
All right, guys.
To end this, guys, what is the name of this podcast? Come on now.
We're putting
Five rounds.
We're repping
Let's
five.
go.
We're repping
Let's
five.
go.
We're repping
All right,
five.
Guys,
Big
have
up,
a
big up, big
lovely
up.
year, man.
Have a
Bye.
lovely year, guys. Finish it up.